On March 25, I had a vision where my mom and I are leaving the place we're at currently, and the door is like half open, half closed, and she's standing outside the door, and I see her in the hallway, and it's like the dawn is starting to come, the sun's starting to come out. Like the sky was dark, but it wasn't as dark as night. It was, you could tell it was starting to come out. And well, I'm seeing, like, I'm still behind inside, so I'm seeing the back of the door, and it has two signs. The one at the top said the best is yet to come, and at the bottom it said Friday suture. So I know what a suture is, but I still had to like go look it up, and I found that, a suture is when you close up either a wound or the skin after surgery. And as I'm reading, I continue to read what it says about wounds and sutures and all that. I found a sentence. It was giving the word suture as an example in a sentence, and the sentence was, "This wound needs a suture or it won't close well." That stood out to me because we all have wounds that are still open, wounds that have healed, and wounds that you think you have healed, but you haven't healed yet. What's your wound right now? What wound are you still carrying? What wound still hurts a little when it's touched? Or there might be, like I said, that wound that where you already did the work. You already completed it. You've done the work, but the wound you thought was completely healed hasn't healed completely. It won't seal well. It won't close shut until it's sutured. So of course, I went to the Bible to see everything that says about wounds. And I found Job 5:17 through 19, which says, "Blessed is the one whom God corrects. So do not despise the discipline of the Almighty. For he wounds, but he also binds up. He injures, but his hands also heal." Also, Psalm 147, verse 3, where it says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." Also, Jeremiah 30, verse 17, where it says, "But I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord, because you are called an outcast, Zion, for whom no one cares." Is that how you're feeling right now? Why do wounds happen? Well, Proverbs 20:30 says, "Blows that wound cleanse away evil. Strokes make clean the innermost parts." That wound has been part of the process of cleaning us from all the filth and all the crap that we've had inside, literally. So that means we have been cleansed. The wound is there, but it served its purpose. We have been cleansed, and now it's time to seal that wound. Like Mark 5:34 also, where Jesus says, "Your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed." It's time to heal, finally. You have been cleansed. Your faith is where it has to be, right at the good spot where Jesus wants us to have that faith. And now it's time to heal that wound. That verse took me to Hebrews 12:2, where it says, "Looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." Our faith has been made perfect. It's a clean, pure faith now, the one we have for God. God has perfected your faith through that wound, but a wound that cleansed us from everything. You have the faith. Finally, we have the faith required to receive our promise. The wound came from correction, but the correction did its job. And now you're about to do your job, the one Christ created you for. Like that sign on that door said, the best is yet to come. You haven't seen it yet, but it's yet to come. This is not the end. And like that sign also said, Friday, this Friday, today, your healing begins. If you're feeling uncomfortable right now, it's because that wound, it's being stitched up, and that hurts. But it's gonna be healed shut completely in a way where that won't reopen. You won't be wounded in that way ever again. Today, Friday, your healing begins. You're healed from traumas. You're healed from the things that made you always make wrong and bad decisions. You have been cleansed from that, and now God can trust you with what He has. So remember, if you're in pain and uncomfortable today, you are being stitched up. It hurts, I know. It hurts, it stings. But you're being healed finally. And the dawn is coming. It's right there. It's at the door. The door is open and the dawn is right there. Be blessed.